Okay students, so our today's topic is standard units of measurement. Okay, so yesterday we have learnt about the different ancient methods by which the ancient people used to measure the length or the sizes of the object. So you know that because of the ancient methods there were inaccuracy and the difference in the measurements. Okay, every different people has a different measurements, or we can say they have inaccuracy in their measurement, and because of that people realize that there should be a standard unit by which can be popular all over the world, and the measurement will remain same all over the world. And because of that standard units were developed, or they were just came into consideration. They were needed, these standard units were needed for the sake of uniformity. Okay, because of the standard units the main reason was uniformity and accuracy. Okay, and accuracy, fine. First one is there should be the uniformity all over the world, that whether the measurement is done by me or by you, it will remain same, and it should be accurate also. Okay, so the scientists of the different countries developed their own system, okay, of measuring, which were again not similar. Like Indian system was somewhat different, whereas in the America it was different, in the Russia it was different. So then again it was not accurate or uniform for all over the world. So the metric system was first standard system of units of measurement. Then a system came into existence that was known as metric system. That was known as metric system, and it was uniform all over the world, remained same all over the world. This was first adopted. This metric system was first adopted by France. Okay, France has first adopted this metric system in 1791. Okay, so the metric system was first adopted by France in 1791, and it was the first system which came into existence and was like uniform all over the world. Over the centuries, many different variants of the system were adopted by the different nations, but most recently, SI units or SI system of units and this SI system of units are also known as international system of units. Okay, SI system of units are also known as international system of units. Okay, this SI system was known as international system of units, and it was adopted as a standard system of measurement in France in 1960. So this was adopted by France in 1960, and that metric system was adopted by France in 1791, and this SI system was adopted by France in 1960. Okay, and where the France has adopted this SI system in the General Conference of Weight and Measures. Okay, where all these measuring units were decided. So in that General Conference of that Weight and Measures, France was first adopted this system of measurement. Okay, and now the SI system is the modern form of old metric system. This was old metric system, and the SI system was actually a modern system, and now it is accepted and used worldwide. Now this SI system has been adopted all over the world. Okay, so according to the SI system, standard units of measurements are, like if we want to measure the length, then the standard unit for measuring the length is meter. Okay, and if we are measuring mass, then the SI unit for measuring mass is kilogram. Kilogram, represented by kg. Okay, then if you are finding out the time, then the SI system will be second, that is SEC. Okay, or S also we can write down. And for temperature, the SI system for the temperature is Kelvin. It is in Kelvin. Clear? So all these are the SI system, or like measuring units under SI system. So the length or distance as in measured in meter along, although meter is appropriate to measure the length of a cloth, you know that meter is appropriate if we want to measure the length of a cloth or a room or any furniture or area, but it won't be convenient to express the distance between the two cities. Okay, so for that, or even we cannot express the width of an eraser appropriately in meters. So for that we need, because as for measuring the proper this proper length of the eraser of, for measuring the proper length between the two cities, we need some measurement which is very large, like thousands of meters, or we can say on the other hand, if the measurement is so small, then it will be 1/1000 of a meter. So to measure the smaller objects as well as to measure the larger distances, okay, there were some different multiples and sub-multiples, or we can say fractions of them came into existence. Okay, so there were smaller units in metric systems like millimeters, centimeters and decimeters. For the smaller measurements, if we are measuring the smaller of smaller distances or the smaller things, then we are using millimeter or centimeter or decimeter. Okay, whereas to measure the larger distances we need the multiples. Okay, and for that we have kilometer to measure the larger distances. Okay, so this is how the metric system is like very important for measuring the distances between the two cities as well as to measure the length of an eraser. Clear? So students, one more important thing is that the SI system of units is actually the abbreviation of System International de Unites. Okay, SI system of units is actually this is the abbreviation, this one is the abbreviation of System International de Unites, that was in France. Okay, if I will write down that whole over here, then it will be System International de Unites. Okay, that was the complete full form, and the short form or the abbreviation is SI system. Okay, SI units. Okay, if we are writing that SI units, so the full form of it is System International de Unites, and it is in French. Okay, now let's discuss some of the numericals. Here we will discuss 2 or 3 numericals, fine, for measuring, for understanding all these measuring units. Now some numericals. Before that I will just write down the conversions, like 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters, fine. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter, and 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeter. Okay, so these are the conversions, fine. Now first numerical is, this is the first question, in which it says that a tree stands tall at 2350 millimeter. Okay, so first one is 2350 millimeter, that is the distance. Now we have to express the height. This is the height. Okay, and now we have to express this height in meters as well as in centimeters. Okay, so it is in millimeter. So if I want to convert this millimeter into centimeter, then what I will do, you know that 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeter. So 1 millimeter will be 1 upon 10 centimeter. Okay, so here this is 2, this one is millimeter. Okay, 2350 millimeter is equals to 1 upon 10 centimeter. So if I want to convert it into centimeter, then what I need is, if I want to convert it into centimeter, then I need 2350 upon 10. Okay, so to convert it into centimeter, we will divide it with 10. Okay, and the answer will be 2350 centimeter. This will be the conversion. 2350 millimeter is equals to 235 centimeter. Now again, if we want to convert the into 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. Okay, or 1 centimeter is equals to 1 upon 100 meter. Okay, then what we will do? What we will do here, we have 235 centimeter and we want to convert it. So what we will do, 235 upon 100 meter. So it will be 2.35 meter. Okay, it will be 2.35 meter, or you can write down 2 meter 35 centimeter. So this is how we will convert. Likewise that there is one more activity, one more numerical. Now next question is, like class 6 students are going to a picnic and the distance of that place is 33 kilometers from school. Okay, and we have to convert this distance in meters as well as in centimeter. So you know that 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meters. So 33 kilometers is equals to 33 into 1000 meters. That will be 33,000 meter. So first one is this. Okay, and second one is, again we have to convert it into centimeter. So likewise that 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. So this 33,000 meter is equals to 33,000 into 100. Okay, so what I will do over here, 33 000 and 2 more 0. So this will be the distance in centimeter. So here we have converted the kilometer into meter and centimeter. Okay students, so I hope you are well understood what is going on in the conversions. Now our next topic is how to take measurements. So our next topic is how to take measurements. So for that you know that if we want to measure something, okay, so and if we want to measure them correctly, then the observations will always be the same, okay, irrespective of the person taking the measurements. Like if I am taking the measurement or you are taking the measurement, the answer should be same. Okay, so to get the correct measurements, it is very necessary to observe the object correctly. How we are observing the object or how we are taking the measurement. So for that, if we want to take accurate measurements, there are some precautions which we need to take care. In which the first precaution is, first of all, what you need to take the measurement, that is you need a meter scale. Okay, you need a meter scale. Fine. This is the most common instrument to measure the length. As we are reading about the length in this chapter, so we will consider the length only. Okay, so while taking the measurements with a meter scale, we need to check the scale that there should be smooth edges. Okay, there should be smooth edges in the of the ruler. Okay, and no missing markings. The smooth edges, whereas no missing markings. The scale should be very appropriate. Okay, and when we are taking the measurement, we should keep it straight. Keep the scale or the ruler straight on the object. Okay, along the edge of the object. Like if I want to take the measurement of this line, then I will keep the scale straight over here. Okay, now the second one is, these are the points for the first precaution. Now we are learning about the second precaution. Sometimes due to continuous use, when we are using this meter scale continuously, then it might happen that the ends of this scale get worn out. Okay, as a टूट जाते हैं, they become like this. Okay, so what happens, and sometimes it becomes like this also, likewise this. Okay, so we should not use these sort of scales, and if we are using, then if first of all, the omission of zero, or like when this type of worn out scales we are using, then there the zero unit zero marking will be omitted. Okay, and if in case we are using that, okay, first of all, so we have to avoid these type of scales, and if so in some cases if we are using that scales, then we should use any full mark point. Like if the zero is not here or one is not here, then if we are starting with 2 or if we are starting with 1, then suppose the answer is here 14. Okay, the answer of this length is 14 and here we have started with 1. Then what we will do, we will subtract the final reading minus the initial reading. Okay, like the final reading was 14 and the initial reading was 1, so the answer will be, the correct answer will be 13. Or instead in place of 1, if you are starting with 2, then what you will do, 14 minus 2 and the answer will be 12. Then the correct answer will be 12. Okay, now next is correct position of the eye. Okay, this is one of the most important point, that your eye's position, correct position of eye. Your eye should be kept correctly, okay, while taking observation. Like reading should always be taken keeping the eyes straight and not from the side. As you are taking the observations over here, then your eyes should be in this direction. They should not be in this direction. No, these are wrong. Only this state is correct. Okay, your eyes should be straight. Okay, now, and it is advisable that you can shut one eye while taking the reading, so that you can get the proper readings. Now there are some rules for writing the symbols of units. When you are writing the symbols of units, then for that you need to follow you need to follow some of the rules. Okay, first is, the symbols of units are usually written in small letters. Like if I am writing M for meter, then it will be correct, and if I will write down capital M, then it will be wrong. So symbol should be in the small letters. Second one, symbol is always in singular form, like meter only. Okay, if I am writing MS, then it is wrong. It is correct. Or again, another example is kg. It is correct, but kgs is wrong. Okay, it should always be in singular form. Now the third rule is, symbol for a unit is not to be followed by a full stop unless it lies at the end of a sentence. Like if you are writing a sentence, okay, so if the symbol comes at the end of the sentence, then you can write down full stop after it. If you are writing in between the sentence, then there should not be full stop with symbol. Okay students, so all these that's all for today.